Yeah.
I had to retire the Morty hat. I'm real sad about it.
Why?
Wait, what? You had to retire? Which one? Pee pee poo poo?
The Morty.
Oh.
Because of
Yeah.
I remember I learned about that on the podcast. I Googled it.
Oh yeah, you did.
Oh shit, you didn't know about it when I brought it up?
No, and then I found it on the internet. Because
How do you feel
the
about
internet
that?
talks about, felt pretty bad. It didn't look good.
No.
It sounded bad.
Not a good look.
It's awful. I haven't looked at it since.
But they made a real nice contract with those boys and for like something like 16 seasons or something. So, and they can't terminate that contract. So they just cut him completely out of the show, but he still makes like a bunch of money off.
Is that the update? He's completely out of the show and they're still making it?
I knew he was cut out.
Yeah, they cut him out. They completely severed ties with him, but they have a contract to make like a bunch of seasons.
Put a statement out.
He did?
Yeah, I was a...
No, they put a statement out. Adult Swim.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna say shit because
he won't.
He got caught in 4K.
Yeah.
Is that true? What do you mean? Is that for real?
Yeah, well, it's the thing the kids say because when you're caught like as crystal clear as possible, like 4K. There's no, yeah,
that's the new red-handed.
It is the new red-handed.
Don't feel like watching movies, so I'll watch people guess them instead. I don't know how it goes. I think it starts with your.
Hey guys, welcome to the Valleycast. Boy, oh boy, am my arms tired. I just flew in from
Disneyland.
Oh man, and that's just some of the fun we're gonna have.
You know what's funny is like, maybe some people have discovered this show because of the last episode and they're like, I'll give this show a listen. And then they get this one and they're like, nah.
Never mind.
This isn't what I thought it was going to be. No. What is that, Keemstar?
Well, I'm glad I tried. But no, not for me.
Yeah, you're flexing a slight Keem, aren't you? Yeah,
I don't know. I just realized because I'm growing the beard out.
Yeah.
Even in the short sides? Got
and the
you could never.
Well,
You're
I'm not
never.
I'm not Keemstar.
You're not.
Breaking
You look
news.
a lot like
You're not.
Keemstar.
It says Steve Zaragoza on the bottom.
I think we can change that, though. I think that
Not to Keemstar, though.
Zoom just gives you your true identity, no matter who you are.
But I miss you guys. I've been off the show for a little bit, and then Elliot knocked it out of the park with last week's special episode. For those of you that don't know what we're talking about, Jason Wolliner, the director of the latest television program from Peacock TV called Paul T. Goldman.
T Goldman.
Took him a second. Elliot.
Yeah.
How, for those that saw the podcast, follow-up.
This is a follow-up post interview.
How was it? How'd you land it? Any secret behind the scenes things that didn't make it through? What was it like?
Yes.
And did you name drop Grace ever to like seal the deal?
Oh, damn.
No, I don't do that.
Okay, that's good.
I
that's
find
really
that when I
sweet of
do
you.
that, actually kills any chance. So
Yeah.
I keep my own wife's name out of my mouth.
Why don't I keep my wife's name out of my mouth?
No, I DM'd him because he'd followed me after I tweeted about genuinely wanting people to watch this documentary that I got obsessed with, and then said, do you want to come on this podcast that I do typically with my buds, but we can talk about Paul T. Goldman and maybe get a few people, and by a few I mean a few, to actually watch it. And he said, absolutely, let's do it. And then we worked out a time, and then he showed up and we chatted, and he's a sweetheart because he's very easy to talk to. He just talks, like he doesn't stop, like he doesn't get jump, like he's like
you don't have to fill the dead air or anything.
Yeah, he filled it up.
Just goes.
That's
really
good.
lovely.
That's a professional. A professional can fill up the dead air on a show.
Would you say he was like inherently like? He doesn't seem like he's like inherently trying to be the funniest guy in the room or anything, even though he's been so connected to like some of the funniest, craziest shit.
Yeah, he doesn't try to at all. He's very like just down to earth, and it kind of reminds me of Kevin. Like he's got that like Kevin's never funny.
No,
not on purpose.
And
not on purpose.
It's uncomfortable, but it is. He has that like artistic sensibility that I was like, I know this is like like an older version of Kevin.
I think someone said,
I wish I would have done the interview.
Owen,
you should have. It would have been better.
Owen was watching like How Did This Get Made or something, or it's one of those shows, and he said they were talking to Jason, and or like something like that, and he mentioned that like there's a scene in Paul T. Goldman where Jason gets pulled into the action. There's in the show, and he's like really apprehensive. He doesn't really want to do it. He's like, no, because there's a lot of people playing real life characters that they get to play in their Paul T. Goldman movie that they're making, and so they're casting actors to play real life people in Paul T. Goldman's life. But at one point, Paul is like, well, I think you got to play yourself in this, and Jason is like, no. And you can see him become increasingly more uncomfortable as they push him to do it. And I guess what you learn what Owen was telling me on some other show is that he's deathly afraid of being on camera. Like he doesn't he hates it. And it's like that anxiety you see on his face in the show is like genuine, and the uncomfortable like that, all that uncomfortable shit is real, and it's so funny.
Well, also they hired an actor to play him, and then had to fire that actor.
But he's like on set.
And so so then it's Jason being himself while the director who's playing him is watching the monitors.
Yeah, he's like sitting in the seat. At one point, the actor is sitting in the chair Jason would be sitting in, and he's staring at it like Jason does. But
because he's not allowed to play Jason.
He's not allowed to. Yeah, it's so good. Joe,
Man, I should
have you
watch
seen
this
it?
show.
I have not watched it yet.
You guys need to see it by
this.
any means. By any means necessary.
Can I tell you my hesitation for why I haven't? Because
Peacock.
What's peacock, right?
I know.
Like, nobody knows what it is.
Yeah.
Is it a bird, or is it a fancy smaller animal disguised as a bird? I don't know. Like,
And is a male peacock still called a peacock? Is a male, or is there a difference between a male and female peacock?
Exactly, right? And is it PEA or PEE? Because that is a different connotation right away and makes my mind go to a different place.
And is a baby peacock a lamb?
Female Dude, I tweeted that and still got it wrong. I tweeted that they're baby goats. I left it up that they're baby goats, and I left it up for a really long time.
I thought that was a joke.
Because your brain
was a bit.
No, it wasn't a bit.
Dude, I think that's very good, Elliot.
It's genuinely embarrassing. I was like, I don't tweet ever. A female peacock is a pea pussy.
Very good,
Joe.
Very good. But Elliot, thank you so much for taking care of the last episode and for making it very special. And for those of you
still on this,
heard it
Joe
yet,
still wants to talk about this. All right.
This is my point.
Okay, go ahead.
This is my point, and I need you guys to I need you to assure me or not assure me. So. Nathan Fielder. Nathan, for you, what was the show that he did that was like the bigger version?
The rehearsal.
The rehearsal, yeah.
Nice. I think the rehearsal is an incredible piece of art. It's something that I would have never thought could be created. It's something that I would never attempt to do. I did not find it enjoyable. I found it incredibly interesting and fascinating.
But you didn't enjoy it.
When I watched it, I was like, this makes me feel weird. A
lot of people.
It's really hard for me to watch it.
So you got the secondhand. So you got the secondhand cringe.
Yeah, yeah.
But do you get it from other things like Borat and stuff like that?
No, Borat is more comedy based. The comedy character going in, like the Nathan and stuff, it was just so real.
The fact that Nathan is like stoic and serious, and like you can't tell if he's being goofy or silly.
Yeah, there's something about it, and I love Nathan for you. And I, like I said, I like the show. It's just hard for me to watch, and I'm afraid I'm going to have that similar experience with.
Okay, well, let me say this. You will. Because hold on, because I've seen both, and I hear what you're saying, Joe, and I think with the rehearsal. because you watched the whole thing of the rehearsal.
Mm-hmm.
I think with the rehearsal, it was like, it started off like, oh, this is going to be so funny and fun. And then it just keeps going into
it's
like
anxiety,
a darker,
yeah.
scarier, like weird direction where he just goes a little too far into.
It's like waiting for the beat to drop for an entire season, and it never does.
Well, and then it like starts to get uncomfortable because he's like, there's like children involved, and it's like,
that's where it's real bad.
Pretend to be their parent, and
then
it's
it
like,
starts messing with you as the viewer because you're. Well, so then
damn it, we missed
how
it.
real the real is and how fake the fake is of the show.
Yeah, no, good point. You start to really not understand what's fake and what's done for a joke or whatever. But with Paul T. Goldman, I think from the start, the tone never changes.
Okay.
Like it doesn't get
so you
dark.
know what you're getting into.
I don't think it gets. You think it gets darker?
I would say they have a thing at the end where it gets pretty dark. Yeah, because I don't want to spoil the ending, but there's that thing where a very dark thing happens at the end with one of the.
I mean, Elliot interviewed the director.
But Elliot, you watched the rehearsal too?
Yes.
You think they're comparable pieces of art?
I do think that they're very similar in the discomfort. Yeah,
that's how he introduced it. He said it's very similar to the rehearsal.
I felt like it was less uncomfortable than the rehearsal, in my opinion. Yeah, but I can handle this.
Maybe
stuff.
a little less because Paul's like less.
He's fun loving and he's a little.
He's goofy. He knows he's goofy.
I still have no clue what it's about. Like,
dude,
no
you need to
idea
go in
what it's
as
about.
blind as possible. Even
that's
with
what I
everything
want. That's
said.
why I don't want you talking. About the story parts.
We'll move on.
Yeah, the story.
Just shut up.
The story itself is yeah, see, Kevin is funny.
We were at Disneyland with our whole group of friends and Ryan Faroki, shout out. And Ellie and Kevin were having
me and Ellie were having like a deep conversation about like the ride mechanics of how different rides work. And Ellie was like on a long spiel.
And it was nice. And everyone was kind of listening while we're walking. And then all of a sudden, Ryan Faroki just goes, "Shut up."
Dude, in the Buc-ee's, he was in front of us. He was in front of us. And he took a glance at me, waited a second to make sure like the timing was right, and then looked at Ellie and said it. It was like perfect.
Very funny. Anyway, great job, Elliot. And for those of you that don't know, please listen because that's a good time. I still haven't listened yet. I admit.
Everyone who has watched it, who I've recommended watch it, comes back and says it is true. It really is an incredibly weird, uncomfortable.
Yeah, no one has said they didn't like it. It's like it's just too good.
My sister-in-law texted me and Grace and David, my brother, on the same thread, and she just said he is an incredibly difficult person to watch. And
yeah. Well, because everybody kind of knows someone like that, I think.
It's universal. Anyway, what are you guys doing?
Well, I have two pieces of I have a show and tell, and I have breaking, perhaps historically relevant news from the entertainment industry.
Oh,
Keemstar is going to drop a new.
Keemstar's here.
Keemstar did a 3-hour live, cancel a Twitch streamer live, turned it into a crazy fucking event this week. I saw 2 seconds of it on Twitter and I was like, this is entertainment now, and this is fucking insane.
Was it about that guy that showed his web browser by accident on his Twitch stream?
No, it probably wasn't that.
It sounded like the guy was legitimately a douchebag, but the way that Keemstar turned it into TMZ level now era cancel culture, live show entertainment was fascinatingly gross.
Yuck.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Well, do you guys want this entertainment news or do you want a little show and tell?
Let's do news.
Okay.
I kind of want the news too.
Okay. You guys ready for this? Brace yourselves. 50 gigabytes of unreleased Michael Jackson content, including unreleased songs and demos, were leaked after a laptop and hard drive belonging to Michael
Hunter
Jackson's
Biden.
belonging to Michael Jackson's engineer, Brad Sundberg, were stolen. Could you imagine if if 50 gigabytes of Michael Jackson's unreleased stuff was on Hunter Biden's laptop for no reason? They were, but anyway, this laptop was stolen at a seminar this past Friday, and it's probably the biggest, craziest music leak.
How did they leak it? Where'd they put it?
It's on the internet, and I haven't been able to locate it yet because,
but it's out there.
But it's out there, and we're talking classic Michael Jackson songs with all the stems like broken apart, so you can like we might be getting like crazy MJ remixes as a result of this because they've released just the vocals and just things that we were never meant to have. And apparently the guy who stole the laptop escaped by jumping out of a window.
Hell yeah.
And so there's a statement from the producer who got all that stuff stolen. And here's the statement. You guys want to hear this?
Please.
He released a 3-minute statement.
A 3-minute statement. Starting.
Whoa, he's got a nice little echo going. Hang on.
ICP Studios, fantastic venue, wonderful group of people today, amazing staff. This really is one of my favorite venues that we do our events at. Today was a rough day. I think some of the forums are already starting to pick up on this, but I thought I would just talk to you directly myself.
Ooh, he sounds so heavy.
Guests,
but trying to stay professional.
My laptop and one of my hard drives.
Hunter Biden.
I'm not going to name names. I'm certainly not going to show any
Hunter
pictures.
Biden, except for Hunter Biden's
Whoa,
picture.
they know who did it, he says.
And we're doing all we can to bring this to some sort of resolution.
Kill him.
It's just frustrating. It's hurtful.
Hunting him
it's
down.
Frustrating when something that you work so hard for, and 99% of our guests are absolutely wonderful, fantastic people. And unfortunately, something like this happens. And we turned our backs for a few seconds, and the computer and the hard drive, not only were they gone, but it seems as though this individual actually climbed out of a window and ran across the roof and broke a skylight. And
that's awesome.
The whole thing
Shot a man
and got away in a helicopter.
just glossing over. He had jumped 20 feet. He grabbed onto the helicopter mid-jump. Actually fell, but his getaway partner had a grappling hook, shot it down 50 feet, grabbed him by the leg, saved his life somehow.
Some people are calling him Hard Drive Man, a new vigilante. But anyway,
we've actually
it's kind
the
of
theme song. We've got it right here. Wow. Why is he carrying all that shit around at a laptop at a conference?
I think he probably was like, here's some stuff, and let me show you how we do this or something. I bet.
Well, I mean, it sucks, but at the end of the day, like...
Yeah, this is someone in the comments says, listen to this dummy try and walk back the fact he brought $1 billion hard drive to show and tell and got. This is no one's fault but his.
Whoa, I'm coming after him.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the guy who stole it is also partially to blame.
I mean...
Oof.
Anyway, how crazy is that? So there is now 50 gigs of unreleased Michael Jackson music.
Wait. All right, follow-up question. On the scale of like, holy shit, we're gonna get some interesting crap from this hard drive and laptop. It's like out of 1 out of 10, this is a 10. It's like, this laptop was stolen. This is a fucking 10.
Yeah.
If your laptop was stolen, on a scale from 1 to 10, how interesting would it be?
Oh, shit. Unreleased Valleyfolk logos from 2017 just dropped on the internet.
There would be unreleased Valleyfolk scripts.
Uh-huh.
The Luigi episode. Where
There
you all
would
dressed
be
up as
text
Luigi.
threads.
Yeah.
There would be emails.
So nothing. Where it's
what about their emails?
I mean, yeah. Compared to this, it's less than a 1.
Yeah.
For sure. But in our little corner of the world, might be a little problem.
That's a 10.
might be an issue. I don't know. But how crazy is that? So
many nuts on DVD screeners from 2012.
So all we've ever heard about, fucking, about Michael Jackson music is, and same with Prince, is that there's like gigs and gigs and gigs of like unreleased stuff, like full songs, demos, whatever. And like we'll never hear those. We just decided we'll probably never hear those. But now there's a chance to. Do you think that there's an ethical situation going on here as far as like listening to that? You think we shouldn't listen to it, or?
I want to listen to it.
There's the curiosity factor for sure.
Yeah, like because
I'm really excited about remixes and stuff. People making something from that, as opposed to just listening to the raw tracks themselves.
Wasn't it like 3 years we were all supposed to never listen to Michael Jackson again? Now 50 gigs of unreleased music, and we're like,
and everybody's
diving all in.
I mean, you sometimes you got to separate the art from the artist. I mean, regardless of the controversy, it's hard.
Rick and Morty's a great show.
It's hard to not. Rick and Morty, I think, is art.
I still stand by the policy that you are allowed to listen to the amount of music from the artist according to the percentage that you think that they might be innocent. So if you think that there's a chance that Michael Jackson, a 4% chance that he's innocent, you can listen to 4%.
You can listen to 10. Well, I mean, for some of us, it was like, I was talking to a friend of mine who was like, I grew up with the scary Michael Jackson. Like not the the uncomfortably creepy looking scary Michael Jackson. And people like Joe and I grew up with like the superstar, most successful, famous person on the planet version of Michael Jackson. So for us, it's like kind of difficult to be like, because I mean, it's undeniable. This dude wrote some of the greatest music of all time, wrote and performed some of the greatest music of all time. And that alone makes you want to like dig in,
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Though, like a lot of people, and I'm guessing Michael Jackson is one of them, is like would have been like, I only want Prince. I only want you to hear the perfection. Like everything else prior to that was private. Like it was a work in progress. I don't want anybody to ever hear it. And then we got the Rivers Cuomos of the world that are just like,
here's everything.
Take it.
Yeah, there's no secrets. And MJ was a perfectionist.
Look at how I ruined these songs. Look at how good these songs used to be.
Right, look at how good these bad songs are. Do you remember when This Is It came out? That like final, like all the footage of Michael Jackson's last, like the last footage of Michael Jackson and shit. Like I guess like that movie, that footage was never meant to be seen. Because he was a perfectionist and he only wanted people to see him at 100%. And all that stuff was like, not him at his best. Yeah. So yeah, I feel like he definitely wouldn't want anybody to hear this stuff at all. But he's dead, so fuck him.
We'll be right back.
Stamps.com.
Stamps.com.
Do it.
So I'm gonna listen to it.
It is time.
So I'm gonna find it and listen to it, and I don't give a fuck.
Hey guys, guess what? What can we all agree? Well, here's something we can all agree on.
That's right.
How fast the year goes by, especially if you're like us. By that we mean business owners. And you know what, Kevin? You might have to cut part of this out because I didn't really pre-read any of this.
No, it's okay. It's authentic.
Yeah, and so the thing is, it's very important to plan early to make the most of your time. We've learned that very much, especially as tax season is underway, and you might need to be shipping some things here and there. So guess what? 2023 is already happening, so don't wait any longer to level up your small business and set your year up for success. Get ahead of the competition by using Stamps.com to mail and ship. Stamps.com lets you print your own postage and shipping labels right from your home or office. It's ready to go in minutes, so you can get back to running your business sooner. Postage rates just increased again also, but luckily, Stamps.com has the best discounts in the industry with rates you literally can't find anywhere else, like up to 84% off USPS and UPS. Plus, Stamps.com automatically tells you your cheapest and fastest shipping options. We use these guys all the time, and it's absolutely wonderful because for 25 years, Stamps.com has been indispensable for over 1 million businesses. And if you sell products online, Stamps.com seamlessly connects with every major marketplace and shopping cart to make your life even easier. So use Stamps.com to print postage whenever you do business. All you need is a computer and a printer. That's it. They even send you a free scale, which is fun. So you'll have everything you need to get started. And if you need a package pickup, you can easily schedule it through your Stamps.com dashboard. So set up your business for success when you get started with Stamps.com today. Sign up with promo code Valleycast for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a free digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. That's right. You just go to Stamps.com, click the microphone at the top of the page, and enter code Valleycast. Get a 4-week trial, free postage, and a digital scale at www.stamps.com/Valleycast. Thanks to Stamps.com for sponsoring this show. And they're welcome for a very smooth read.
Yes.
Great job.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Great
nice work, Elliot.
I gotta go home. I'm going to bed.
You're home, baby. You did great.
Wow.
Guys, Simon Cowell was... Here's some more entertainment news. Simon Cowell was set on fire during Britain's Got Talent audition.
Dude, Simon Cowell creeps the shit out of me.
Yeah, he's a little scary.
Elaborate, Kevin.
Well,
have you seen a recent picture of him?
Have you seen what he looked like maybe
Truly
10
looks
years
like
ago?
A porcelain doll.
He looks like a version of that Megan movie now.
Yes,
He
perfect.
looks like a drawing.
Like a robot. Yeah.
Kevin, please cut to Megan, that little Megan dance, that scene, but with Simon Cowell.
We'll put the Wednesday song over it.
Yeah.
Guys, Vanessa Hudgens and Cole Tucker are engaged after 2 years of dating.
Wow.
How about that?
God,
guys, we saw Kevin Jonas at Disneyland.
We did see Kevin Jonas at Disney. Well, some of us did. Kevin Jonas.
Me and Shannon.
Did he say hello? Did Kevin Jonas say hello?
No, but everybody was yelling Kevin, Kevin, and I was very confused for a second.
Because they thought he was Kevin Jonas?
Because they thought I was Kevin Jonas.
Not Kevin Jonas. Weezer callback. You guys watching?
Nice.
Did you guys watch The Last of Us? Are you on?
Dude.
Episode 3?
Bruh.
How we feeling?
Disgusting.
Kevin Scott. Last episode was disgusting. I thought it went too far from the storyline. That wasn't in the video game.
That's what I'm saying,
anything that's not in the video game, anything that's...
Get rid of it.
Yeah, get rid of anything that wasn't in the game.
So what I've learned...
that was incredible.
Okay, to come back, we'll come back to it, but quick tangent. What I've learned from the joke that you guys were saying about the people just freaking out over the video games.
They review bombed the show.
Gay stuff. Yeah, I've learned what a review bomb is now. That's insane.
Yeah, it's been happening for some time, and it really is like disgusting incels and nerds that can't handle equality. And representation in their shows.
But the episode was amazing, and it made me realize how bad World War Z kind of messed up, because World War Z is an amazingly like a book based on the end of the world zombie times, but it's like vignettes. It's small little moments. And that's what the movie could have been. It's what the series should have been. And what they just showed us in Last of Us is that it could work, right?
Yeah.
Like, we're going to be following Joel and Ellie, and it is going to be a narrative arc that we're following in a traditional structure. But this little like piece out of like, here's a story to the side.
I like it.
Man,
that still involved Joel and Ellie somewhat.
Well, because
like,
you didn't
still
expect
made it
it either, because it's like the fucking third episode.
Yep.
So
Great
like,
storytelling.
Whoa, here we go. I mean, and it was also the first episode that didn't give us like a flashback into in the intro about like, you know, where the whole thing started. You know, like the first two episodes did like a lot of like lead up to the
outbreak.
The outbreak, yeah. And this one was like. This one didn't do it, but then it was like a full backstory episode.
I saw some tweet that was like, the writers of Last of Us were like, okay, Joel needs a car, so let's write the most heartbreaking 1 hour episode of television that's ever been made.
I know, right? Because that's literally what's happening. It's like the mission is Joel needs a car so he can go find his brother. That's where we're at now. And it's like, can we make that emotionally?
Just
how do we make people emotionally invested in that? That's
I'm
really
trying
good.
to think of like I've never. I'm sure it's happened, but I don't feel like I've seen this in a series before, where it's just like we're even so early in a series, right? It's like we're going on this journey, and then boom, out of the blue, don't even know it's coming. 1 hour, just like side story. It's like they picked up, they went over to this parallel universe.
That early in a series is weird.
Also, it's actually not much of a departure from this game story, because these are characters that are present in the game, but they're just kind of building on kind of like what the showrunners want to do with those characters. And also, by the way, the guy that like wrote the game and created the game is like heavily involved in the show.
That's what I was saying too.
And so
he has a say.
Yeah, he has a say. And so imagine, like, let's try this perspective real quick if people haven't. Imagine if you got the chance to make a TV show based off a video game you wrote, and you know the story front to back. You even know how maybe number 3 or 4 is going to end in the video game series or whatever, or how the whole thing ends. So this is your baby. You know it front and back. And someone's like, let's make a TV show. Would you want to make it exactly the way the game was? If you're creative, absolutely not. People who who are very creative, like hit a wall when they're not given an opportunity to grow and stretch and do a little fun with their stories and stuff. And I think that's exactly what's happening here. That guy gets to do the story again, but like add some other stuff to it and make it more like a TV show. And why wouldn't he?
Well, how interesting is the concept of like, here's a little, essentially they were side characters in the game. You see them for a moment. They drop the word like, this was my partner. They kind of allude for a second. And then really the moment is not elaborated on. I don't feel like I'm spoiling the game or whatever, but like,
you're not.
One of them dies. He hangs himself because he got bit, and you just see it. And he's like, and they hated each other in the game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what they did is that they turned it around, and it's like, imagine just it's like a show that I think everybody's probably pitched at one time in their lives where it's like the background actors, what are their stories in a show, right? Like, so imagine a show, like you watch a full episode of a show, right? The first one, it's the best episode that you've ever seen. But the rest of the series isn't about the main characters. It's we're gonna watch what these two people.
I like when they do that.
Coffee.
It's awesome.
You know,
that's done by that's like Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead, the Tom Stopper play, where it takes the Hamlet characters.
Yep. Exactly.
Speaking of news that's related to this, real quick, this came out on January 31st. Which is recent, if you're a mathematician, and it says warmer climate may drive fungi to be more dangerous to our health. A new study finds that raised temperatures cause a pathogenic fungus known as Cryptococcus deniformans to turn its adaptive responses into overdrive. And apparently, if it keeps doing that, it might develop a higher heat resistance, and we will have fungus-infected humans.
Yeah, because that was what the game. It had its whole like, this could happen thing, but you're like, it's a video game. But the show is really trying to make us believe that this is possible in our world. But the only thing keeping it from happening is that our body temperature is not sustainable for fungus. Yeah. But they're saying that all that would need to happen is like the temperature changes slightly and then we're fucked. And that's what the show's doing.
For the fish.
So long. Joe just shoots off like a dolphin, and he's got a dolphin. I'd be like, well, that makes sense. I guess that tracks. Yeah, I know. It's really scary. It's scary because now the show is popular and everyone's talking about it. And so everyone's like, clickbaity with their like, could this happen?
Has anybody done the parody or the video game farce that would be the fungi is actually just Goombas, and that's what's
funny. Or it's just like from Super Mario Brothers the movie. Yeah, the fungus.
That'd be great.
That's funny because the fungus was good in the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah,
and in the Super Mario lore, fungus is good.
Fungus is good.
Couple more pieces of entertainment news here. Ridley Scott's Gladiator sequel.
I saw that. And
gets
I was like,
late 2024 release date. Yeah, me too, Joe.
I was like, really?
Really?
Okay. Is it with Crow?
Let's find out. Because this is really interesting.
Man, isn't Ridley Scott like in his 80s now?
I know.
He might be in his 90s.
Dude, he's making like a bunch of shit still. It's crazy.
Let me do a little Google for you.
Ridley Scott's follow-up to Gladiator will release on November 22nd.
Motherfucker is 85 years old.
Yeah, damn.
The untitled sequel will be produced by Scott. And it starred Russell. The original starred Russell Crowe. Blah 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 blah. 27-year-old broke, but beep beep boop beep boop beep beep beep.
Dude,
I don't know. There isn't any info on casting.
He still fucking got it too. Did you guys see The Last Duel?
No.
With Ben Affleck?
No,
I heard it was really good.
It's really good. It's so good.
Yeah.
Watch it.
All right.
Yeah.
What do you guys think they're gonna call the sequel to Gladiator 2 Furious?
Whoa!
I think they're gonna.
Elliot Dolphin's out of the screen.
I think Ridley Scott's gonna walk into the board meeting room and just write Gladiators, but the S is a dollar sign, like James Cameron did with Aliens. Also, Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross are gonna score David Fincher's new film, The Killer. Which should be really fucking cool.
Yeah,
that
that's
sentence
fun.
You just read seems like a pitch from an AI bot. You're like, hey, pitch us a new David Fincher movie, and the AI goes, it's
scored by
Trent Reznor. It's called Killer.
Killer. I know, right? And finally, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon's Nike movie called Air is going to get a $7 million Super Bowl ad from Amazon, plus an unprecedented theatrical release, which means what? This is an exclusive from Variety.
Unprecedented.
It says the studio is poised to give its Ben Affleck, Matt Damon drama Air an unprecedented theatrical release for a streaming service. Sources say Amazon will release the film, which centers on real-life shoe salesman Sonny Vaccaro and how he led Nike in its pursuit of basketball phenom Michael Jordan. On 3,000 plus screens domestically. In addition, Amazon is planning an exclusive theatrical window that's comparable to or even longer than those from major studios. The film will debut in cinemas worldwide on April 5th. After its exclusive theatrical run, the Affleck-helmed film will be on Prime.
Coming out soon.
Yeah, so sounds like Ben Affleck directed it, and it'll be.
This is the longest sentence I've ever heard Steve read. That
without a joke.
Give two shits about. I can't imagine caring about something fucking less.
I zoned out entirely.
Can I tell you which part is interesting? Is the theatrical,
unprecedented
part? Yeah.
I'm actually kind of interested in this movie.
Yeah,
I would love to hear the story about Nike.
Matt Damon and Ben Affleck used to make big hit things together. So
I loved Argo.
He's a great director.
I loved it.
I think so too. I think he's a great. I think he's a great director also.
Affleck or Damon, Matthew Damon.
Yeah.
Or did you guys hear what they're naming the new Batman movie? The sequel.
There's a title.
No.
It's called The Batman Part 2.
Whoa!
Is that official?
That's what I heard. Yeah.
That's really uninspired.
It sounds pretty boring.
The Batman Part 2.
The Batman.
Oh,
the Batman.
The Batman.
The Batmans.
Fuck.
What if the Batman 2 was just called Batmans?
Batmans.
Like you took the out.
Batmans.
Batman.
Yeah, Batman Part 2. But it's cool because it's Part II. It's Roman numerals. So
that makes it look cooler.
Okay.
That's
I could see that written in stone or something, or lightning.
Yeah, or like a scratch. Or like scars.
Scratch, and you're like, ooh, is Catwoman
Is that Catwoman
doing something in this one?
It could be It could be. What if it was the
pitch room?
What if it was?
I love it.
Man bat.
Could you imagine if they tried to do like a real in our world man bat, or even like a
awesome
Clayface or something?
Cool.
Clayface would be great.
Hey, Steve, you got something to show and tell us about it.
I do. I do have something to show and tell. I got some new tattoos.
Oh,
You
yeah.
This week.
No, you didn't.
You're right. I didn't.
Oh, I thought you did.
That was just a dirty lie. I got some new
fake.
Shannon Haynes, who you can find
Shout
on
out.
Instagram as Margot Tattooer, no T in the Margot. She comes to town and we hang out and have a great time. And I usually get a tattoo, but this time I got 2 tattoos.
Tattoo part 2.
We got a tattoo.
Tattoos.
We found it. Woo.
Tattoo.
So I'll show you this first one real quick, which is really like, this one's like still kind of gross because it's under the paper there.
Aww.
But it's a ghost and it's going pee-pee.
Is it pee-pee or is it crying? It looks a little both.
It's pee-pee.
It's
Oh, it's
pee-pee.
poop.
But there's crying at top.
You can see that there's the ink is kind of like, this is just under this little thing.
The ghost is very concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
he's
ghost
sad.
The ghost is a little scared he went pee-pee. And then
No,
the other one I got
okay, yeah, go through it.
is this
real quick.
one.
I haven't seen this one. That's awesome.
That's Short Circuit. That's great.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
Cool.
That's
That's
Johnny Five.
Actually,
Wow,
I really like
Steve.
that one a lot. That one's
Yeah,
great.
that's
fun.
a new favorite of mine, dude.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, there's my show.
That's
and
great.
Okay. Follow-up questions.
tell. All right.
Follow-up questions. Where are the what inspirations? What the story behind them? I know you like Johnny Five, of course, but what about the ghost?
Well, the ghost was
Yeah.
more of was like we were playing TKO a few years ago, I think, and it was one of the T-shirt designs. Was a ghost, a sheet ghost peeing, and there's like a little puddle. That's where that idea came from.
And then
That's
Johnny
it.
Five, who designed it? Who designed Johnny Five?
The Johnny Five design is from Short Circuit 2.
Is that the
And
straight up?
It's
Okay, is that straight
so
up from the movie?
at the end of Short Circuit 2, they build the Johnny Five like toy factory, and it's called like Johnny Five Co. or something, and that's the logo for the toy company.
see.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that it looks like a stamp. It doesn't look like a
Right,
stamp.
does.
right. I know,
Yeah.
I know. Isn't it cool? I love it.
How long did those take?
This one took like an hour, and this one took like 30 minutes.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
You know what? Next time she's in, I might get a tattoo.
Dude, you should. She's
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
She's so good.
Okay.
Can I give my show and tell?
Yes.
Yeah, Elliot, what do you got?
Yeah.
This is the Voynich manuscript.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's
Damn it.
written in an unknown
Yes.
language that no one's ever been able to decipher. It's,
Yeah.
Codex. Yeah. And,
Will you
and
show that? Please hold those pages up.
So
No,
what do
open
we?
page,
So
open
what
it up.
is it? What is it? What is the Voynich?
We just said.
You said it's a.
I just farted. The Voynich manuscript is an illustrated codex handwritten in an otherwise unknown script referred to as Voicinese, and the vellum on which it is written has been carbon dated to the early 15th century, and stylistic analysis indicates it may have been composed in Italy during the Italian Renaissance. So
Whoa.
it's an old
So-
book that no one has any idea what it
What
says.
it means.
No way.
Wow.
So people have studied it and they have no idea. It's
Some people think it's a recipe book.
That'd be
It's
awesome.
got food items in it.
I love that somebody just totally stole that book's copyright and printed it in another
Yeah.
book.
They just put a
Yeah.
book in a book.
yeah.
You guys want to see this book? Here, check it out.
In this
That's
book.
fascinating, Elliot. How much?
It is
How
fascinating.
much time have you devoted to looking at it? Like, are you finding yourself getting
That
lost
was the
in it, or
most.
do you?
That was the most. What do
Or
you
I was
think
gonna
it
say, or do you
is?
open it and you go, "Oh, I don't understand any of
Do
this."
you think it has
No.
historical significance? Do you think we could find secrets about the our past in there?
I would love to know. Yeah, it looks like it's got weird mandala shaped things, and it like folds out too.
Yeah.
Are there
This whole thing
recognizable?
folds out. Holy shit! Look at
Oh
this.
my
I've never
God.
seen
Whoa! Now
Ah, ah.
this. Hold on.
Hold on, that's Playboy Centerfold.
Seeing what I'm showing and telling?
Yeah, that's Erica Leniak in a bikini.
It's Pamela.
This is my hard drive from Valleyfolk 2017.
It's like Elliot it's like a Nightmare on Elm Street scene. Elliot just keeps unfolding the pages.
And there's just the whole room is just filled with a fold out.
He dies of a billion paper cuts.
Elliot! What do you, are there things in there that are like, you know, like did they draw like the moon or like a sandwich or something? Like are there things that we can, there's things we can recognize, like there's leaves and things, okay. Plants. Yeah. Okay.
That's so cool.
I love it.
It definitely is a language that doesn't, I'll figure it out.
You should get something from in there tattooed on you, Elliot.
It actually would be a cool tattoo. Some of the would be nice.
I want to be in the room like 500, 600, 700,000 years from now, where they find the original manuscript and they're like, oh my God, what is this? We don't understand it. And then they find that book, which has the manuscript.
And they're even more confused.
And they're like, whoa, why is the book in another book? Oh, can we do, because Elliot just did a what he's reading kind of thing. Is that what you're reading, or that's just something you wanted to? What are you currently, let's do what are you currently watching or reading? Elliot, go.
Technology's Symptom and Dream, and then Last of Us, and Would I Lie to You? A lot of Would I Lie to You.
What's Would I Lie to You?
The British game show.
The game show.
Dave
the game
Mitchell
show.
and Lee.
His boy.
His name.
Of Mitchell and Webb.
Mitchell and Webb, my boy.
Is it good?
And,
what is it?
I love it. The premise is very simple. We should play it sometime because it's basically there's two teams and it's one person's job to read a lie or a truth. They don't know what it is, and it's the other team's job to decide whether or not they're lying.
I was gone for the first part of this. I know exactly what you're talking about. Every British panel show is fucking amazing.
I know. Why are they so good at panel shows?
They're so quick. I don't understand.
They're just quick, and they also don't really give a fuck.
That's it. They don't really give a fuck, and there's no real, like, there is competition, but they don't care at the end of the day.
They don't care, yeah.
And they're just smart. Like, they don't they do not speak, nor do they create to the lowest common denominator. Like, I've heard so many notes of people in rooms, at companies, pitch sessions where it's like, that's too smart. Or
right. We gotta dumb it down.
Dumb it down and I'm like, no. People will elevate to the level of the content you've got. It's the same thing with kids.
And if they don't, they won't watch it. But there's always an audience for that. Yeah.
And it's the same with like kids. It's like you don't create for the dumbest kid. You create to elevate the kids and make them better for watching the content and
make
challenge them. Because then when they think and they get the joke or they understand something through the thing that you are presenting them, it like unlocks a moment in their fucking mind, whether it's comedy, whether it's drama or whatever. Fucking elevate the content. I hate the dumb down note. I hate it.
Joe, are you reading or watching anything right now?
Do you need to take a break or walk around for a second?
Do you need to take a deep breath?
Doc.
Oh, what's that?
Nice. Yeah.
It's about Doc Holliday. It's
cool.
By my favorite author, Mary Doria Russell. She wrote The Sparrow and Children of God, which I've talked to you guys a lot about over the last 10 years.
Yes, you have.
He's created this really cool type of writing style. So it's a well-researched like biography, but it's told in a narrative way where she's like it's like 90% probably true, but then she's creating like conversations and stuff and like dialogue and then like
interesting,
cool.
I guess fictionalizing what she thought was the back and forth in all of these meetings and
I
stuff
love
like that.
That's cool.
Hell yeah.
My favorite writer. She's really good. And then the stuff that I'm enthralled with as far as television and content consumption goes would be Last of Us. I'm enjoying that.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm in that boat too.
And then I'm doubling down on Hot Ones is a perfect internet show.
Yeah.
Bryan Cranston was just on it, and he's so fucking good.
Yeah, I saw that one.
He's
he's awesome.
I need to watch that because he's he's such a charming.
And if you guys haven't discovered the magic, we're just talking about like British panel shows. I think one of the closest things that we have to it right now in America is what Sam is doing over on Dropout / College Humor. Have you guys been watching Game Changer or anything like that?
Game Changer is amazing.
I haven't seen Game Changer. What is it?
You probably have. They're these
but they make it look like a legitimate game show. Like they have an awesome set. They have like all the working buttons and everything that it needs. Yep, it's awesome.
But it's simple, and I think they did it on a shoestring budget. But they have a number of game shows / panel shows that they're doing over there at what was College Humor, and then that kind of like fell to the wayside. And then Sam was like, "I'll take it on," and he's built it up to this new thing. Dropout TV is his own little subscription service that is like I think helping fund it all. But they really make good stuff, funny fucking shit that is based in improv, but also kind of like I said, panel showy-ish.
Can you share some stuff in our text thread?
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Please.
But once you like watch a couple clips on your Instagram, it'll start feeding it to you all the time.
I like that. Yeah.
And it's also introduced me to one of my new favorite internet personalities, Brennan Lee Mulligan.
Yeah.
Who is this dude that is so smart and so funny that he makes me never want to be in a room with him and intimidates the shit out of me.
Oh, wow. That's an exciting feeling that hasn't happened in a while, probably.
Yeah. They just make really good stuff.
The aesthetic of the set is just lovely and pleasing to the eye.
I love it. I love a good set. Please share some clips.
Send
I would
pics.
love it. Send pics or it didn't happen. Kevin, what are you watching or reading?
Yeah, Kevin.
Whatever?
I just saw Avatar in IMAX 3D, and I fucking loved that thing. I loved it.
Wrong.
It's gorgeous.
It was so great.
It's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous movie.
Oh,
gorgeous.
Kevin's wrong.
Gorgeous.
It's just a beautiful film.
Did you walk out? Didn't you walk out, Elliot?
No, because I was in 40X. I was getting jostled around the entire time.
That's what you saw it.
Wait, was 40X also 3D or not?
Yes.
Yeah,
40X,
probably.
All of the D's.
Jesus Christ.
It was awful.
That sounds. 40X is the worst way to see a movie for the first time.
Well,
for 3 hours long.
It was James Cameron 40X, so Elliot was actually turned into a fucking avatar and forced to have tail sex.
Yeah.
And he forced you to hold your breath for 6 minutes underwater.
Yeah.
They filled the entire theater with water. You just gotta hold your breath. Yeah, Elliot, I think you sabotaged your first experience with that beautiful movie.
We just got 40X tickets to Quantum Mania, so I'll probably
that's
thinking
fine.
That movie sucks too.
That's a movie that's fine to go see in 40X. That's a movie that's just fine.
I saw 40X movies.
Yeah.
We can't stop. I've tried.
Hey, do you like it?
No, but it is funny.
Yeah, it's totally. See, that's my opinion. We have a friend, Matt Robb, who loves fucking 40X and tries to see everything in 40X.
So stupid.
And it's so stupid. Elliot, have you looked around at other people in the theater during the 40X experience and they're just completely serious and they're not even reacting? Yeah, they're not even reacting. It's like they don't even know they're in a moving theater.
Dude, I'll never forget me and Owen, because it was me and Owen's first time at a 40X, and
I
we
had to
just
get
were
out of there.
dying.
We
were dying.
I was gonna barf, and the guy next to me was pissed off that we were laughing and enjoying ourselves. It's like, come on, man. Why did you come to this screening if you didn't think people were going to be screaming and laughing at how stupid it is? Anyway, Kevin, and you enjoyed Avatar.
Loved it. I loved it.
I'm glad you
liked it. As an experience, a visual experience, or did you like the movie? You're like, this is a good story and I love it.
Visual experience was awesome, and the story was like good enough to me. It wasn't like an insanely new story, but they still they did a good job. I don't know why people are hating on it.
James Cameron just knows how to make a movie.
Everything you just said is wrong.
Damn.
Yeah, I think you saw it the wrong way, Elliot, and you sabotaged yourself.
Yeah, definitely saw it.
I went to the get punched in the face every 5 minutes screening.
I just can't.
truly had a headache.
Honestly, I think I'd do that over on 40X.
Dude, that movie
I could use a couple
long.
It is too long to be in 40X. I was like, they shouldn't do it.
No,
It's
like by 2.5 hours, you're like, can we just
stop?
I need to go lay down. Can I lay down on the ground?
I drink a lot of soda during it just so I have an excuse to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, get up and leave.
Try and get up in this movie.
I'm glad you liked it.
And that's a fucking
I
problem.
need a few smiles.
Wow.
The toilet. I just want to recommend something that I breezed through and I loved it. Obviously Last of Us is great. I've been watching that. But there's a show on Netflix called Lockwood and Company.
Dude, yeah.
Lockwood and Co.
Yeah. I watched the first episode.
It's so good. It's from Joe Cornish, who did Attack the Block.
Yeah.
Did you guys see Attack the Block? So it's a series on Netflix about about a world where ghosts are real, but only like certain gifted kids can like fight them. And they're like fighting them because if you get touched by a ghost, you die. So it's like a nightmare world where all the parents are like stuck inside and there's curfews, and the kids have cool what do they call those, rapiers? They have like fencing swords that are made of like steel, because like steel are the only things that can like keep ghosts away and stuff. But it's like a super dark, really cool. It's like an Edgar Wright,
that's how I heard about it.
Really well.
Watch it with
I heard
your
about
kids.
it because Edgar Wright posted about it on Instagram, saying like
That's how
a
I
bunch
heard
of
about
his
it.
team is involved with it.
Oh,
yeah, Lockwood and Co.
You watched Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah,
Did you
dude. I
guys
went back and I watched it again. It's a fucking
It's perfect.
One of my favorite movies.
It's perfect.
It's perfect.
Scott Pilgrim.
Oh, I need to rewatch it. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely worth a rewatch.
The fact that nobody, and maybe
I think it was ahead of its time.
Like
I think so too.
Nobody's replicated it in any way, shape, or form. It's so
Speed
fucking
Racer
good,
tried a bit.
despite the main character being one of the most unlikable fucking people to go through a movie with.
Do you not like him? Are you?
He's not meant to be like a super liked character.
The main character and even the love interest, you're just kind of like, you're both not great, and then but you don't care because the movie is
so fun.
Good.
Well, it's because they're just kids and they're like learning how to behave, and so you're like, it's relatable in that way because you're like, man, I was like annoying and made stupid mistakes as a teenager for sure.
Here's a good little trivia for you. I went and looked at the cast to see, how old they are now and yada, yada, yada. And some are 40 plus. And how old do you guys think Michael Cera is?
Right now?
Right now. How old do you guys think Michael Cera is, according to my Google search as of recent?
I'm going to say he's 31.
Okay.
39.
Okay.
I was going to say 39. Yeah.
He's 34, which is way younger than I thought he would be. I thought he was like,
same.
I always pictured him as a young kid. Like he's got a Kevin Plachy
he probably still looks that way. Yeah.
Vibe. Yeah.
Did you guys watch, because I was looking at the pictures for the Lockwood show, which I'll check out. Thank you for that recommendation. Steve, did you guys
please
watch
watch
The
it.
Sandman?
No, but I heard it was real good.
I really liked it. We stopped watching just because other stuff came along, but the episodes I did see, that's a great
everyone
weird, dark, imaginative show.
Everyone who's seen it that I know said it's real good.
It's a testament that it didn't get like ripped apart, because the Sandman comic book is one of the most beloved cult comics of all time.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It seemed to do a good job.
I think it
never read
appeased the
comics,
fans. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like Invincible. Like Invincible really appeased.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I
cannot wait.
I need more.
So good. So good. While you wait, watch Lockwood and Company and watch it with Hayden. And then watch like the first couple episodes with Hayden, and then see if maybe Jackson can join in. It's a little scary.
Jax can handle it.
It's like it's like Stranger Things kind of scary.
Yeah, he likes Stranger Things.
Cool.
My last recommendation before we go, Saga is an amazing graphic novel that has recently re-upped and started coming out again after being on a hiatus for a couple years. Everybody should read this. It is like a super fucking new I don't want to describe it as this. It's a space opera, but it's fucking cool and dark and creative. It's like the new Star Wars, but don't let the Star Wars description throw you off. It's one of the most amazing things that I've ever.
It's new Star Wars in the way that people said Fifth Element was like a new Star Wars. Like it really was, but it wasn't like doing Star Wars stuff. Like it wasn't meant to be a big series or whatever. But
it's like an intimate, like family storyline involved in this huge like space political war environment.
Real good.
Hell yeah!
But like every character is like some different amalgamation of any type of fantasy and or animal
it's kind of a horny show. It's a horny book too.
And it's so fucking good.
It's horny. Yeah.
Please check it out. Brian K. Vaughan.
Please.
The Voynich manuscript. Oh.
Thank you so much for listening to the show.
God bless it.
Thank you, Elliot, for the last episode. Very good. Please check that out. Elliot interviews Jason Woliner of Paul T. Goldman. Joe, what do you? Anything? Does anybody have things to plug?
Yeah, Joe, you have anything to plug? Any videos of Gen Z reacting to really cool bands?
Yeah, what are you working on right now?
Well, actually, yeah, you should tell.
Go ahead. Go. Oh, what were you gonna say?
Yours.
Did a couple of things actually. We did the Gen Z reacts to Weezer, and we did a deep dive. Now, I need you all to understand, we didn't do like a Weezer retrospective. So like we don't even gloss over. We skip Pinkerton and the White Album.
Sure.
It was just cool videos / songs that they could react to that were big in pop culture.
Like Buddy Holly and the Sweater Song.
We did 11 videos, and we probably skipped a good like 10 songs that you still would consider in the cultural zeitgeist for Weezer.
Did you do Buddy Holly at least?
Oh yeah.
That video with like Happy Days and stuff, like, do people even know what it is?
No, they did not.
Like, what's Happy Days? What is? It's like, oh, it looks like the 50s. It's like Grease.
Yeah.
There was no moment where they realized how revolutionary that video was.
Yeah, it was so revolutionary.
They're in a show from the 50s.
They're in that show really you see on Nick at Night sometimes.
We just released a Try Not to Sing Epic Songs with Critical Role, and I fell in love with those guys.
Those guys are
amazing.
Great.
Super funny, great charisma and chemistry. And then Kev edited a video for Smosh. They played the movie game.
Yeah, fun time.
Make it about us at the end. Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Last recommendation involves us.
Kevin, how did it turn out?
Pretty good.
Did they have fun?
Different? They had fun, but it's different because the way I used to edit them is like much more suspenseful, and like you have to like lead them to the answer in a way in the edit. But this one was just like them like shooting the shit, having fun playing it. So it's a different vibe. Nice. Yeah.
Big fan of that. All right. Well, great job, everybody. I'm proud of you all.
Great job, Steve.
Great job, Kevin.
Thank you.
Proud of you guys. Thank you for listening to the show. And we appreciate the patrons and everyone who listens to this and watches this on youtube.com/thevalleyfolk. And we'll...
Do you guys want to all end real quick as though we're all in a 4DX chair?
Yeah.
Joe.